Alright, welcome back. Okay, so in the last update, Mana was slowly becoming a supervillain, and I think Momo is starting to learn a little bit more about friendship and camaraderie. So those are some interesting arcs for these two characters that you wouldn't expect. Although I guess it was kind of obvious in Momo's case. But seriously, I did not see that heel face turn for Mana. Just gotta say. Did she punch her in the chest? Well, no duh, Ronka. You use freaking gauntlets for your basic weapon. That's not exactly fair to Rinka. She's not even using her sword. Gap Moe. I feel that's something Travis Touchdown would know about, but I am unfamiliar with the subject. Let's see. Okay, Gap Moe is when a character does something completely contradictory to what their usual habits, personality, character, appearance dictates. Not really sure why Moe had to be a word there, but alright. Momo, do you have to threaten everybody you see? And I bet the director's probably the strongest one on the island, if I had to take a wild guess. And now we're doing the Joe Pesci routine of, I'm funny how? Funny like a clown? I'm here to amuse you? And the director's just cool with that threat. She's like, bring it on. Everybody's just so damn aggressive on this island. Thank you, I agree with Ronka here. Ronka's the only one who has some sense. She's going like, wow, everybody just wants to murder each other. It's like this whole island is filled with nutcases. Hey, Rinka, no body shaming. There you go. God. Fuck this game. Oh, this fucking game. It's been, what, 3 minutes and we already had to make a reference to somebody's boobs? Okay. Oh, now I get it. Her name's Ecchi. You get it? That's the first part of her name. Ecchi. You know, it's like perverted. Fuck! Oh my god. I don't know why I'm acting like this. I should have frickin' known this is what it was gonna come to. It's from the same people who made Senran Kagura. Why am I even surprised? Again, much like Dio Brando, Mana seems to have a lot of ambition to become one of the elite. I have to compare this to something decent. Who else have you been talking to? It's just, like, no one else has a portrait unless they're, like, ridiculously stacked. Or they're a robot.
私、自分が特別扱いされるような優れた生徒だって自信も自覚もありません。
Oh, thank God Kongo's on screen. Something that does not make me feel upset. Oh, Kongo, I'm so happy to see you.
Kongo 先生をはじめとして、この島の守護神である指針は優れた指導者でもあるのよ。
Oh yeah, Kongo's one of the 4 pillar gods. So that means there's 3 other ones. Oh, we get to meet the other teachers? Awesome! Holy shit! Awesome! Finally, something fucking cool! It's the 4 Saint Beasts! It's the 4 Guardian Beasts! Oh my goodness. About time. Giant robots! That's what'll save this game. Still have to throw in an upskirt shot, though. Okay, so I've been calling Kongo a gorilla for this entire time, but I guess she's Genbu, because the other 3 are clearly the other 4 Guardian Beasts. And of course, Kongo teaches strength, naturally. So yeah, apparently Kongo's not a gorilla, she's a snake turtle. And Gozane is clearly Seiryu. Although, Seiryu's usually a blue dragon. At least, Seiryu's a blue dragon in Neo. So, the dragon teaches technique. Interesting. I like Gozane, she's pretty cool. It's a dragon, Mana! Okay, here we go. Here's Byakko. Or Daitoku. Nice to meet you, brats. I like Daitoku. She's cool. The heart. Cool. Actually, that's a very key stat in Neo. It gives you more ki. Very useful.
私にはわからない概念だ。しかし、指針の強さは本物。その強さ、必ず手に入れてみせる。
So last but not least, that leaves Suzaku. Or Gundari, I guess. So yeah, the 4 Guardian Beasts. It's a trope that's used quite frequently. Like, you keep hearing about this. The 4 Kings, the 4 Saint Beasts, the 4 Guardian Beasts. It's used in almost every JRPG. It's even used in the Yakuza series. Like the 4 Kings. Like, the number 4 is just a hugely important number. But if you play any of the S&T games, you already know who these are. So let me go ahead and introduce them properly. They are the Azure Dragon, Seiryu of the East, the Vermilion Bird, Suzaku of the South, the White Tiger, Byakko of the West, and the Black Turtle of the North, Genbu. And each of them represents a direction and an element. Seiryu represents the East and wood, Suzaku represents the South and fire, Byakko represents the West and metal, don't know how that's an element, whatever, and Genbu represents the North and water. I have no idea how wood and metal are elements, but whatever. They're cool, okay?
金剛先生から合格点をもらえたら、次はゴーザンゼ先生について修行ができるわ。月影とバイオラはどこまで進んでるんですか？ついでに満腹丸も。バイオラさんと満腹丸さんは現在ゴーザンゼ先生に訓練を見てもらっています。
So Viola and Monpuku are training with Gozane. So wait, there's only 4 teachers on this island? I guess when they're giant robots, that makes sense. And Koharu is training with Daitoku. This is a hell of a curriculum if your teachers are the 4 Guardian Beasts. I like how Daitoku is the most, like, chilled and relaxed one of the group, even though she's a fucking tiger, whose first line in the game was just roaring. Well, that's a nice compliment coming from a dragon. That's always gotta be a nice little feather in your cap when you get a compliment like that from one of the guardian beasts who's a dragon! Mana, I think you're biting off a bit more than you can chew right now. Like you just started class, like, a little while ago. I agree with Rinka, that's going a bit too far. I guess Kongo's cool with it. She seems to like it. Oh, Kongo wants to fight right now. Okay. So as with most problems in these kinds of games, just fight. Just beat them. Wait, Mana! Okay, Mana, again, biting off a bit more than you can chew. You're not only challenging just one giant robot, but 3! Who, I have to remind you, one of which is a dragon and the other one is a tiger! Who apparently has cannons on its back! And I don't mean to disregard Kongo here, but yeah, Kongo's also apparently a giant snake turtle thing! Daitoku is so cool. I like Daitoku. She just thinks this is gonna be a nice way to kill some time. Yeah, what does Gundari teach? The most important thing to a Valkyrie. It's probably fan service if I had to take a wild guess. Or no, in this game it might be love. Who knows? It's one of those two, or maybe something sleazier, I don't know. Momo, they're giant robots! Think more than not at all! Everybody just wants to fight. I mean, I get it, they're Valkyries, but come on! They're giant robots! So yeah, 4 Guardian Beasts. They've been used in a bunch of video games, animes, literature, the list goes on. Like, the earliest example that I know of is in Yu Yu Hakusho, the 4 Saint Beasts, which they were the antagonists in, like, one of the earlier arcs of that show. And strangely enough there, Suzaku was the leader of that group as well. But of course they weren't giant like they were here. Genbu was just a rock monster, Byako was a tiger man, and Seiryu was just like a blue guy who had like a Chinese garb with dragons on it, and Suzaku was just a Bishonen pretty boy. And then there was Digimon, which of course you gotta have the Guardian Beast in that as well. Let's see. Gurren Lagann had the Guardian Beast as well. They just pop up in a bunch of stuff. And it's always cool to see them. What the fuck? Armpit hair? Uncle, please don't bring up armpit hair. There's already enough creepy shit in this game already. Ronka already said she wouldn't let you partner with her sister. Yeah, go for Ronka next.
なんでですか？私まだまだ金剛先生に教わりたいことがいっぱいあるし、焦らなくてもいいかなって。
That's oddly mature of Ronka. Again, you wouldn't expect this from her. She wants to learn more from Kongo. Good on ya. She's just being very studious. Good for her.
満足に戦うことができません。では今回のお話はなかったということで。私を無視するな。殺すぞ。はあ、いたんですね、モモさん。私が組んでやる。ええ、うん、そうですね。リンカさん、満腹まで。
She's completely ignoring Momo. Go get me Monpuku, I'll team up with her.
I
like how Mana's being like, you know what? I don't want to team up with you. Alright, fine, I guess they just team up regardless. Whatever. You kind of lose a bit of the impact of like, oh, I don't want her as my partner, whenever they have it on the character select screen. Like when they have it on the stage select screen where these two characters are going to be partners. And yet we still have yet to been able to play as Momo. So far, for the majority of these levels, I've only been able to play as Mana and Ronka. Which, I mean, I'm okay with playing as Ronka, but I want to get some variety here. So yeah, there's our first collectible. At the very beginning of the stage. Sneaky little bugger. Yeah, more embarrassing underwear collectibles. Isn't that always fun? Something you'll probably notice, this game has huge maps. A pretty wide and expansive battleground for your characters to pretty much just wander around in. I mean, the map looks okay. It's not bad. Looks fine to me. I don't know, I was expecting something a bit more compact. But then again, I guess that makes it more interesting to find collectibles. I say that now, even though this level in particular is going to have a more linear feel to it quite soon. And here we go. Now it's just a stairwell. Yeah, so this is now the map. Just walking up a huge, like, spinning stairwell. I mean, that's fine for me. It makes finding collectibles a lot easier. Although, this stairwell does not exactly do much. Doesn't exactly have anything unique to it, really. Not really. It's just kind of a little bit of a gauntlet. So they mentioned this earlier on, that everyone else on the island, who apparently suffers from the same problems as Hyperdimension Neptunia, in that if they're not overly busty teenagers, you don't get to see them, period. You just have to hear about them. Apparently everybody on the island is being super nice to the students, because apparently they're the only ones who are able to cure the VR virus. But I mean, like, how many students are actually on this island? Because I mean, if it's just... So let's see, it's Rinka, Ronka, Mana, Momo, Monpuku, Viola, and Koharu. So that's 7 students. And again, I think the game's kind of explained that the girls that we're currently fighting before each boss fight are like robots? So do they not count? But it seems kind of crazy that only 7 students warrant an entire island. That just seems kind of crazy. Like, that just must seem like a huge waste of money. Could you not just have like an academy? Just like one building? Did it have to be on an island? Well, I guess it did, considering the giant robots are your teachers. I guess it's for the 4 pillar gods. Okay, that makes more sense. Ah! So there's the sneaky collectible for this stage. It almost got me. But hey, no editing necessary for this episode. At least not in regards to finding any of the collectibles. Had to get the upskirt shot, didn't it? This frickin' game. Okay, so now it's boss fight time! Finally! Now it's time to fight Kongo! Now you see, now I get how Kongo's basically Genbu. Because the times that we've seen her character model, like, during conversation, it never showed the tail! Which, if you don't know what Genbu is, like I said, it's a giant turtle snake. In that, it has the body of a turtle, but the tail is just a huge snake. Or it's a dragon. I don't know, it varies from time to time. I guess it's a dragon turtle. That sounds cooler. Not sure why Kongo needs a giant sword, but alright. Yeah, I guess I was just always under the impression that Kongo is just a giant gorilla. Probably because her name is Kongo. That just seems more gorilla-like than Genbu. Why couldn't they just call him Genbu, Byako, Seiryu, and Suzaku? Like, those names are public domain, right? Just knocking all the armor off of Kongo. Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna get used to that animation. I'm not gonna skip it, because I'm sure someone would complain. No, have to keep that on screen. The fight's actually not that hard. I guess that shouldn't be too surprising considering Kongo is a giant lumbering robot. That and my characters are super over-leveled. But then again, what else do you expect from my playthroughs? I don't take chances. So yeah, just knock off a portion of Kongo's armor and then just start blasting away at those little blue orbs. This fight is not hard. She's not even doing that much damage to me. That's the messed up thing. Kind of loses the impact of this fight. But then again, level grinding will do that to a boss. And down she goes. Sorry, Kongo. You were cool. Aww. But Kongo's so cool. Kongo's one of the cool things about this game. Still not gonna use those gyro controls. You cannot make me. Double S rank. Yay! Time to level up even further. Level 26. And now we just unlocked our third drive with Momo. So that might provide more fan service later on. Kongo's theme is Shake. That sounds pretty cool. Guardian G. What, is it just gonna have Kongo's face on the panties? I've seen anime, they do that. Why would you ever let your guard down in front of the giant robot? The giant robot turtle snake thing. A corpse can't make excuses. You didn't pass. Congratulations, you didn't win. It's always fun whenever the boss fight that you clearly win by a landslide always ends up being like, no, you just lost. You win to lose. Ah. I mean, I get it for story purposes, but those are always just kind of disappointing in games. But hey, Mana's getting the deputy head position. Good for you, Mana. Even though you are becoming super evil. Well, you did what you set out to do. You got the deputy head position. At least Mana admits that she's becoming a villain. Like, her ideas of wanting to get better and, you know, strive for greater heights, that's not necessarily evil. It's the fact that she said, ha, I'll have the last laugh, and then I'll stand on top of all these fools. And then does a frickin' evil laugh on top of a frickin' cliffside. Yeah, that's the part where you're kind of losing me there. Kongo, I get you're trying to be a supportive teacher, but maybe don't push your students to becoming, like, super evil or whatever. Don't encourage them to be evil. Uh-oh. Momo's in trouble.
いずれ倒す。遠くないうちにだ。
己がバルキリーであるということを忘れるな。誠に惜しいのである。
Such a waste.
もう少し様子を見ましょう。まだ判断を下すのが早いわ。
But Mana's the supervillain! Keep an eye on her! Momo's been like a freaking assassin since day one. I mean, yeah, keep an eye on her too, but, you know, supervillain in the making right there. All I'm saying is, get your priorities straight. That's all.
いつでも行けるよ。マナちゃん大丈夫？怪我はない？ええ、コンゴ先生に手加減して。
She went easy on you. Okay. Hey, at least Momo somehow found a new jacket. That's cool. Much appreciated. Momo has some shame.
マナちゃん、そんな言い方。そうだよ。コンゴ先生も褒めてたでしょ。次にやれば合格できるって。
Mana, you were fighting against a giant robot. It's kind of amazing you weren't just crushed outright. Take the praise and move on.
落ち込んでるかと思ったら、そうでもないみたい。そうだよ、マナちゃん。一緒に頑張って訓練して、またコンゴ先生に挑戦しよう。自分の力を見誤らないことだ。でないと稲川のような目に遭うぞ。まるでコンゴ先生と戦って損をしたみたいな言い方をするんですね。
You got to fight a giant robot. That's pretty cool. Oh, shut up, Momo. You got to fight a giant robot. That's awesome.
負けた戦いに意味がない。クズ竜、それ本気で言ってるの？
I like how Ronka's calling Momo out on this. You're being really stupid, Momo. It was cool as hell. I agree. So far, Ronka is the most relatable character out of this cast. You know, aside from the fact that she wants to mac on her sister. Besides that fact.
クズ竜は一緒にドライブして何も感じなかったの？そんなわけないよね。あんな戦いを見せられちゃったら興奮して夜寝られないかも。私もあんな戦いしてみたい。
ならばしてみるか。
Oh boy. Kongo heard you.
遠慮する必要はないのである。今ここで胸を貸そう。
Come on. You're talking all that good shit. Step up. And Ronka immediately backs down. I'll go to bed early. Kongo, you're a giant robot. She's probably a little nervous to fight you. Remember, Ronka uses gauntlets. She doesn't have the excuse of having a long-range weapon. She has to get up close and personal. And actually punch a giant robot.
訓練ならともかく、私はこういう大事な戦いでお姉ちゃんと組む気ないし、いや、本当はやりたいけど、怪我させたくないし、だからお姉ちゃんがやらないって言うなら全然やりたくないし。
Aww, Ronka's just concerned about her sister. And Rinka's into it now. Alright, cool.
実は私もマナちゃんたちの頑張りを見ているうちに胸がギュッて熱くなっちゃって、自分はまだまだって自分で思い込んでたらずっとたどり着かないよね。それを教えてもらった気がするの。
よく言ったリンカ。
Everybody fight me!
それじゃあお姉ちゃん、金剛先生と戦ってもいいの？うん。 私と一緒に組んで戦ってくれるの？もちろんだよ。私もランカちゃんと一緒にコンゴ先生に挑んでみたいの。
Again, it's a giant robot. You should probably be a bit more nervous than not at all. I mean, I get it sounds cool as hell to fight a giant turtle snake robot, but still, it's a giant turtle snake robot with a giant sword
お姉ちゃんはきっと
that shoots missiles.
コンゴ先生と戦いたいって言ったから申し出てくれたんだ。
Whatever.
わがままなのは私の方だよ。ありがとう、お姉ちゃん。やば、ワクワクしすぎて鼻血出そう。
I might get a nosebleed.
ランカちゃん、戦う前から
You know what? Someone was bound to eventually. May as well be Ronka. Why not?
きますが、半端な強さではありません。浮かれすぎないことです。わかってる。思いっきりやるだけだよ。
All I gotta do is just punch the giant robot super hard. I know I keep saying giant robot a lot, mainly because it's one of my favorite phrases of all time, but I feel it needs repeating. Kongo is a giant robot!
合格点を勝ち取ってみせるよ。
Whatever.
お姉ちゃんのために。
前置きはいらぬ。始めるぞ。
思いっきり行くよ、お姉ちゃん。
So not only do you get to fight Kongo once during this chapter, you get to fight her twice. With different characters, but it's the same boss fight.
私たちなら負けない。
I feel there could have been better spacing for this. Whatever. You more or less get the idea of Kongo's fighting style now. But for some reason, with Ronka's fight, they decide to introduce a new tutorial. Phantom Delude. What does it do? I don't know, because I never found out. You're supposed to dodge right before an attack connects while phantom dashing. I was never able to pull this off. So here's me kind of failing this. I just went ahead and sped up the footage a bit. Yeah, I just could not pull off this move. Yes, I probably suck at the video game, but I would also argue it's a very situational move that's probably not worth it. You could probably just get away with doing Phantom Dance non-stop, and you'd still get double S ranks. It's not like it's a platinum game where you get extra points for being creative and, you know, having unique combos. It's a frickin' game made by the creators of Senran Kagura. Trust me, the grading requirements are not that heavy. Now granted, the time that it took to fail the tutorial segment is going to reflect rather poorly on this stage for me. But fortunately, if you replay the stage again, which I did, they don't do the tutorial again. So you can easily get a double S rank, no problem. Especially if you've over-leveled like I have. And since I've leveled up Ronka far higher than I did Mana, this fight goes by super quick. Because Ronka is super strong. And now that we have our drive on, yeah, fuck. The damage output just goes through the roof. Yeah, just no mercy for Kongo. I'm sorry, Kongo. I didn't mean for it to turn out like this. I'm sorry, Kongo. I'm sorry I'm so over-leveled. Kongo's not even getting a fighting chance. Okay. Kongo's not even having a fighting chance at this point. Honestly, I probably spent more time failing the tutorial and with the drive cutscenes than I did with the actual fight. Okay, so you know what time it is. Final drive. This one's always the worst. There it is. And no, I'm not skipping them. May as well show them all off. So yeah, the fight's over now. It's over. Kongo barely did any damage to me. The fight's done. I wasn't able to do Phantom Delude, but who gives a shit? Again, it was probably a hyper situational move that had no real that probably had no real application. And look how much of Kongo's armor I broke off of her. Now you can really tell that she's a turtle. Oh man. Now I feel bad for Kongo. So yeah, because of that stupid tutorial, I only get a single S. But I redo the stage, I get a double S rank, so... yeah. And again, if you replay a stage that had a tutorial, you don't have to deal with it again. So now Ronka's level 31, and probably over-leveled for the rest of the game. Leather Choker. That's neat. Challenge and Survival mode have been unlocked.
やれることは全部やった。ドライブを保つのだってこれ以上はもう。
So wait, even though, like, clothing damage still carries over into the next cutscene, like, the combat damage on Kongo doesn't? That's kind of bullshit. Okay, so naturally Ronka and Rinka pass. God! Yeah. It's my own fault for doing the final drive. But of course, the main protagonist sisters pass, where the last two failed. I like Ronka's response. Hey, do you want to fight the dragon teacher as well? No, I'm good. I'm good. I do not want to fight the next robot. Good choice. You would have been crushed. Probably a bit of both. Rinka and Ronka are very close. Bullshit! We broke off tons of pieces of Kongo's armor. Not even a tank could scratch Kongo. These fights seem a tad fixed. It's more or less, hey, you went the distance, so you pass. Not many of our students are brave or dumb enough to fight Kongo. Again, our giant robot snake turtle in hand-to-hand combat. So, good for you, Ronka. Put clothes on, Rinka. Put them on, please. Who were the first 4 graduating classes? So we learned about strength, so now we're learning about technique from Gozane, which I imagine is going to be very similar to Kongo's courses. Hey, Rinka wants the director to pass Mana and Momo too. That's nice of her. I don't think that's how school works, but okay.
全員同時に治療プログラムを進めた方が効率がいいということね。
その通りです。だから理事長先生、お願いします。
VR クラスは人数も少ないことだし、ドライブしての実践訓練のことを考えれば確かに効率的か。稲川さんはそれでいいかしら。
構いません。明日にでも金剛先生と再戦して。
Oh, so they're not exactly just passed from Kongo's class. They're just gonna be doing double duty. Gotcha.
治療プログラムになど興味はない。だが強くなるために利用できるものは全て利用させてもらう。
OK ってことね。
礼は言わないぞ、神楽坂凛花。
You really should, though, Momo. Because you didn't pass. And Kongo was disappointed with you, Momo. So far, the lowest ranked one in the class should probably be Momo. Oddly enough. How's that feel? Wear that L in your chest.
もちろん我との修行もこれで終わりではない。修練の道は果てなく遠いのである。
So, I guess we're done with Kongo's classes. So I guess we'll get to see Gozane's character model soon enough. That'll be cool. I'm really looking forward to Daitoku, though. I just think tigers are cool, especially Byakko.
みんな一緒に頑張ろうね。
頼もしい限り。
Hooray! Kongo's happy for us. That feels good. Alright, so that'll do it for this update. In the next update, more Mana and Momo chapters. Which I imagine we'll get to meet Gozane in the next chapter. Alright, so until then, thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next update. Until then, see ya.